Hello, my name is Kamal. I am from the clouds. I'm a human now, but I used to be a raindrop. Word up.
I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Panthers going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's head on down to Miami, where we'll hand it over to the two men calling our game. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we come to you from a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls with an 11th on the way in 2020. Yes, we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Tannehill, and his first look is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield, and it's second down. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who is known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, they'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Startulele is a former first-round pick who's starting to round into form, becoming one of the better run stoppers in the league.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got him. It's the tight end, Cameron. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run.
For someone who piled up the yardage that Jay Ajayi did in 2016, I think it was a strange type of a year. How many runners do you know that will end a season with more 200-yard games on the ground than 100-yard games and end up over 1,000.
Very, very strange. 3 200-yard games, just 1 100-yard game. All in all, though, how do you see a season? A rough start, but looked pretty good in the end.
Rough start, but a really good offensive line that continues to grow. I think the future's really bright for Jay Ajayi and the Dolphins next season.
Here's Tannehill. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, the defense is in this game as well. They wanted to make it a tough 3rd down. They were able to do so on that last play, preventing a big gain.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Marquise Gray, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Shift together here from the D-line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing is Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely the #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards. 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But they're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Toss play, Stewart. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Andre Branch in on the stop. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner. Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man? He is not just a big man, a huge man. Big boy. Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground? I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right? Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now Stewart on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They go back to Stewart on first. And down to the 36-yard line here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now it's Newton. Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Wake in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. He was... trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen.
Okay, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. 3rd straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season. Not
the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 22 yards on the pickup there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Come on now. Switch.
Back to the ground now with Stewart. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Watch left. Stop right there.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And caught by Cameron right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on a passing play.
Tannehill on first down. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side, and they're going to go soft on the corners. Now it's Tannehill. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
They come out here in the eye. Tannehill now, they give to Ajayi. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kurt Coleman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing on third down, Newton Finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Wake in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Here's Ajayi. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 22 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Miami first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the eye. Williams. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jordan Cameron, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out proves somewhat fruitful as he is able to get it across the 25 by a little bit. And the Panthers coming out now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And Stills over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. This is Ajayi trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
To throw on second down is Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Tannehill now to throw. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. Here's Newton now on second down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Cameron Wake getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now it's Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw, Tannehill. It's complete, Stills. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go on second down. They come up in an offset eye. They hand off to their big tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now it's Ajayi. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And his throw is incomplete. His tight end, Jordan Cameron, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They run with Ajayi. And down to the 36-yard line here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On the ground with a tight end, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. And now a sneak, Tannehill. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The ball comes out. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Back to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They're going to run this with a tight end. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Tannehill keeps on the sneak. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now a sneak. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. So many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? And his kick is good. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. He's back to throw. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
And I think the end result of knocking the ball away was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the 1st down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
One last throw here for Newton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And Charles, I think...